All right, everyone, thank you for joining us for this reintroduction to the Evergreen Online Public Access Catalog. We're going to kind of take you through what our process is here at Pales for making the decision to change things up a little bit on the front end. And then we'll show you some examples of what it looks like and what features you're going to expect to see on that. So, Natalie, if you can go ahead and advance the slide deck. All right. So, yes, I'm going to introduce us here. As a reminder, we could not do the work that we do without the Library Services and Technology Act funding that we receive from the ILMLS through the Office of Commonwealth Libraries. And Natalie, if you'll go to the next slide. Just a quick reminder of the context for this. So, the PALS board um, did make the decision in November of 2026 to move away from the chili pack overlay that we currently have on our catalog. As we experienced just this morning, sometimes the interaction of these different products can be complicated and cause some issues. So there were many reasons for that decision, but part of it has to do with trying to control our member fees. And we're also now offering the Aspen Discovery Layer for anyone who wants to add that for an additional cost as an add-on option. So we're also kind of thinking about how many products we support at the same time. So we've reached out to anybody who is an agreement holder. Sometimes it's the library, sometimes it's the library system. In at least one case, it's a group of libraries that are not in a library system together. So we've sent that survey for people to let us know what they've selected out to our members. And so probably some of you are here today to get some more information before you answer that survey. And we'll be taking questions and all those things. So, Natalie is going to take us through some of the features and show us some of the things with the OPAC. But you're going to see it's really similar. When we added Chili Pack in 20, contracted with them in 2020 and then began using the service in 2021, there were a number of features, custom cover images, shareable book lists, kind of the overall design and look that weren't available in the Evergreen OPAC. There's been a lot of development on the Evergreen OPAC since then, including custom cover images, and so which is in the staff side. So, we feel like the Evergreen OPAC's kind of caught up, and we are very confident in that product, and we think that you guys are going to be really happy with that transition. So without further ado, I will hand it over to Natalie to show you guys around. Please feel free to put questions in the chat as you have them, and then we will have some dedicated Q&A time later in the presentation. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you, Katie. All right, so I'm going to take us right into the Evergreen OPAC. I'm going to be using Adams County Library System as the example. As Katie had just mentioned, functionality-wise, everything is going to be the same. Even appearance-wise, it is pretty similar to Chili Pack. Just a few of the things that we'll talk about a little bit later, but just briefly touch on now is that patron saved history, that will be coming over. Book lists and bookshelves in Chili Pack will also be converted to My Lists in Evergreen OPAC. The only thing that will not be coming over from Chili Pack into Evergreen OPAC are user reviews. We don't believe that's going to impact too many of the patrons, but of everything, that's pretty much the only thing that won't come over. Everything else will be migrated over once switched over. So after that quick overview, let's just take a look at the home screen here of the Evergreen OPAC. As you can see, if you compare it to Chili Pack, it looks pretty much the same. The library branding, we will work with everyone coming over to Evergreen OPAC. If it's not already matching your branding, we will make sure that it does match branding prior to moving you over in November. The menu links at the top are still customizable, just the same. And you can see the carousels they're built in Evergreen. So if they are built in Evergreen, which you can also build them in ChiliPack, but I believe most people are using the carousels through Evergreen. So those are going to be exactly as is, that they appear on ChiliPack now. They look just the same here. And we have the footer that is branded. The only main difference you may notice right away is how the search appears. Rather than in ChiliPack, it has the header image with the search box in it. The search options are now just across the top with the basic search showing immediately. If you click on Browse the Catalog, you'll get the option here. Same for advanced search. And the nice thing is that the search links are static throughout the different pages that you go to. So patrons will always have that option to switch back. So let's just do a quick search to show you once again what the search results will look like. Let's see, we want to go with, I'm thinking Emily Henry with the new movie that came out based on the book. And you can see here the search results page looks, it's a little different, but essentially the functionality is the same as we currently have with the ChiliPack. So if I pick an item that I want to look at, you can see, actually before I go to do that, I can click add to basket directly from the results page. Could also place a hold directly from the holds page. If I pick a book here, Book Lovers, and the item information, you get the summary, all the options to your right that you currently do as well. If I want to add it to the basket, which I'm going to do, you're going to see the basket fills up right away. And we still have the same information from Syndetics that provides more information about the titles. So let's say you still have the suggested reads, awards, all of those options as well are listed. So let's say if I wanted to make a list for myself, just showing you the My List feature is essentially the same. If I'm thinking of summer and warmer weather and I want to make a beach reads list for myself, you can do that. I'm going to pick this. I want to add this one to the basket as well. Oh, sorry, it redirected me. Let me do that again. We have redirects set automatically. So unfortunately that one redirected. Okay. Let's add that one to the basket. And let me go to my basket. And then once clicking on the basket, let's view it.
Yeah, but anyway, I'll ask them.
And here I'm going to add to a new list. So I create my my list for my beach reads. And it's now asking me to log into my account, which you're gonna see looks exactly the same. So we'll use the list account. Okay. And now that I'm in my account, you can see up here, it's telling me I'm logged in. Here are my lists. And I want to create a new list for this. You have the option to give it a description if you want to share this with others. And I'm going to move the basket contents to this. So this is essentially going to replace the bookshelves and book lists that are currently in ChiliPack. And let's just review my account. And this is all the same as well. Patrons will still be able to see if they currently have any fines, if there's any messages sent to them from Spark Library staff, items checked out, they can renew, also set their preferences. And this is where also, just to go over it again, if patrons want to make sure that they can keep their reading history, that's where they can do that. And the My List is listed here as well. So as you can see, too much has changed. The functionality is pretty much exactly the same. Like I said, you keep the search links are static throughout the pages, so it gives the patrons direct access to switch their search if they'd like. And that's pretty much it for the demo. Let me go back to the, oops, there we go, to the slides here. And we did make a OPAC features comparison just so through that quick demo, I discussed some of the different features, what's really different, which isn't too much, but here is a chart that we made that details what's coming over, what may be a little bit different. So you can review that. We also have the timeline. We can go over that quickly. So right now, January, February, where we're at right now, we're doing our demos. So libraries will have the option and have more information as to what decision they will make. As Katie mentioned, it would be a decision by February 13th. And then once libraries have made their decision, we'll be starting the training and migration process for the libraries who have decided to go to Aspen. And once we're through with that in September through November, we'll be preparing for the upgrade, as well as preparing for the Evergreen rollout all at once in November. And that you can see there, migrate libraries to Evergreen OPAC will be sometime in November. Katie or Elizabeth, is that going to be pre or post or same as upgrade?
It will be pre or same as the upgrade, because one of the things that happens is there are always changes in Evergreen relating to the OPAC with the upgrade. And so we let ChiliPack know that we won't be doing development related to the next version of the Evergreen OPAC in ChiliPack. So where if anybody has any thoughts, please let us know, but it'll be close to that date or the same day.
Okay, and then lastly, we have the features comparison chart. The one I just previously showed you in the slides compares Evergreen and ChiliPack. If you visit the Spark support knowledge base page, where the membership package update page, we do have another chart here listed that compares all three of the products. So if you're still undecided if you're going to be going Evergreen OPAC versus Aspen, this chart would also be helpful to let you know what the differences are in the features and functionalities. And then lastly, what I have to share with everyone, and this I believe will be quite helpful for everybody, are the redirects for your library's Evergreen OPAC. Currently, we do have the OPAC set to redirect right to ChiliPack, but if you would like to see what your instance of Evergreen OPAC will look like, we've created a page here for all the libraries and the direct link to the Evergreen OPAC. So please go ahead and take some time and play around with it. That way you can get your hands on it. I know I did just a quick demo there, but I think, if you have the time, you can play around with it as well, become familiar with it. And if you do have any questions, please reach out to us. We will be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thanks so much, Natalie. And we will send out all of those links to the various support pages when we send out the recording, which will be in next week's weekly highlights. All right. So what questions do folks have? All right, I had my mandatory 10 seconds of silence, and yes, everything on the staff client is staying the same. That's a good question. Thank you, Brenna. The only thing that will be different for our catalogers is if you have been uploading custom cover images through the ChiliPack interface. We will start training people. We'll switch over at some point, probably this summer, to have people, and you certainly can do it now, have people do the custom cover images in Evergreen. So it's actually easier because you can do it when you catalog the items, as opposed to, I don't, Natalie, would you feel comfortable showing that real fast so that we can have it in the recording? The
Just give me
most
one second.
dangerous thing, the live software demo.
Right.
So I actually think it's significantly easier, but it's mostly because you're doing it in the same interface that you're cataloging the item in, and you don't have to go out and go into ChiliPack. The
All right.
process itself is pretty similar.
All right. So we're just replacing a cover image directly in Evergreen.
Yes.
All right. So let's say we wanted to replace this image. Just go into the record summary, click on other actions, and the option to upload cover image is right there. And then this is where you would just choose your file for the new image that you have, JPEG, PNG, file options, and then just click upload cover image, and that would do it. It's fairly quick. It will appear in the next minute or two. I've noticed it may take a little longer, but it's much quicker. It's not the 24-hour turnaround time that ChiliPack requires.
And for those of you who are doing cover art for local history or oh, okay. So for Berks folks, evidently we trained you on the Evergreen cover art uploader. So no, Bretta, that will be exactly the same. For most of our folks, we're trained on the ChiliPack cover art uploader because the Evergreen one wasn't available when they came on. So yeah, you're ahead of the curve. For those of you who are currently using the ChiliPack cover art uploader, one of the great things is that it is now already attached to that TCN. So right now, if you're uploading cover art for local history or for other things that don't have ISBN or UPC numbers, we actually have to assign you a batch of unique identifiers so the wires don't get crossed there. And with doing it in Evergreen, it's already associated with the TCN. So it's just, it's very quick, as Natalie showed us. So we think that's sort of a secondary improvement there of that workflow. For any of you who do end up at some point going to Aspen, then Aspen will also pick up those cover images that are uploaded into Evergreen. So everybody will have all the same cover images, regardless of which front, whether you're viewing it in the staff catalog or whether you're viewing it in your front end, and regardless of which front end you have. Is there a specific size? I don't know off the top of my head about image sizes. Natalie has sent the documentation page. Oh no, that's the URLs. There probably are guidelines for image size. I don't have them handy, but what we will be doing is we'll be updating right now our documentation, and like our cataloging classes talk about uploading cover images through ChiliPack. So we will be updating our documentation, and we will include that kind of guidance about image sizes and things like that in our guidance, which we will share with everybody sometime in the coming months.
I can quickly take a look and see if I could find the image size limits. I believe it would be on our knowledge base. An article.
I don't know. Well, because we haven't trained on it, I don't know if it would be in our knowledge base or if it would be in like the Evergreen general documentation. But yeah, if you want to take a quick look.
And if it's not in ours, then we will get our documentation updated so we have that information for everyone.
Good questions. Thanks, folks. Oh, Elizabeth found it all right. Okay, so that is what it's going to size it to, I think, because it'll automatically generate the multiple sizes.
Yeah, so ideally you wouldn't want anything bigger than the large.
Yes, so for the recording, since they won't have the chat, the large image is 475 pixels wide by 787 pixels high. So that would be our max recommended size.
We'll have some guidance as well. You want to make sure it's like a straight on photo, you because sometimes Amazon does this fancy thing where it like turns the cover or whatever, and those kind of load a little weird. So we really recommend like the straight on image. But I will add that to our notes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.